Good morning and welcome to the Morning Expresso by the Indian Express. My name is Rahil Philippos and here is today's big story. As cases of the highly transmissible Omicron variant continue to rise, the drug regulator has granted emergency use authorization to the world's first COVID-19 pill. It's called Molnupiravir. Meanwhile, the regulator also granted a EUA to biological ease Corbevax vaccine as well as the Serum Institute of India's Covovax vaccine. Meanwhile, ahead of the rollout of the third precautionary dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, the Union Health Ministry has said that those above the age of 60 will not have to produce a doctor's certificate of any sort to avail of this booster dose. In other news, even as the Union Health Minister expressed regret over any misbehaviour on the part of the police and urged resident doctors to return to work as COVID cases continue to rise, the protesting doctors appeared unwilling to relent. A meeting with the health minister also failed to yield any results. The doctors said that they were unwilling to call off their strike. They have been demanding that NEET PG counselling be conducted at the earliest. Next up are our stories exclusive to the Indian Express. Is there really no alternative to the PM Modi-led BJP? Well, Pratap Bhanu Mehta in his latest column addresses this common refrain, which he believes is the surest sign of an impoverished democracy. And now for our stories from the front page. They have the same initial P and the same last name, Jain. They are from the same neighborhood, Jain Street in UP's Kannauj. They're even engaged in the same trade, perfumes. And in a bitterly contested election campaign, both are raising a stink. Read more on the IndianExpress.com. Airlines may soon hit pause on the standard pipe music that plays on board aircrafts both at the time of boarding and deboarding. The Ministry of Civil Aviation, citing a request by the Indian Council of Cultural Research, has written to Indian airlines and airport operators urging them to play Indian music on board aircrafts and airport premises. Next up are our must-read stories. World-renowned for its work on excavations tracing the history of the Indus Valley civilization, Pune's Deccan College is now facing an extinction much closer to home. Running short on both space and funds, it is now struggling to preserve precious antiquities from significant excavation sites, including Harappa. Roughly a year after the Delta variant first made its presence felt across India, the situation today is eerily similar. The common refrain, yet again, seems to be that the worst is over for India. Meanwhile, much like last time, several other countries across the world find themselves in the midst of a sudden surge in cases fueled by the mysterious new Omicron variant. But the key difference this time around is that the world seems to be better prepared. With Sri Lanka facing a crippling financial crisis, China's foreign minister is set to visit the country next week. The two-day visit comes against the backdrop of a spat over a contaminated consignment of organic fertilizer, which led to unexpected tensions between the two countries. Meanwhile, Colombo is pushing ahead on finalizing plans for jointly developing with India a massive oil tank farm at Trincomalee. And finally, it was the year that super athletes birthed their super athlete robes and made their words count. From Biles and Osaka to Hamilton and Kohli, we recount how some of the world's leading athletes made an impact off the playing field. And that's all for today's Morning Expresso. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe to the Indian Express's YouTube channel for the latest news updates.